Welcome to the video for homework 8.1. So we had asked you to finish 8.1, whether it's in class or at home, and this is just going to be a check to see how you did with it. This is excellent practice for the test. So our learning target is we're going to interpret a motion graph, and again, I would expect you to be able to do this on the graph, and so the expectation for this specific activity is I will evaluate and correct, if necessary, my answers on pages 94 and 95. So we've seen this graph before. We actually created this graph, and this graph came up after lesson 6. This graph is the starting point for the next activity in which you will use the principles summarized in today's lesson to give an explanation of how the magnetic cannon works, which you will get in 8.3. So, closely observe the graph and drawing and try to answer the following questions. During the first second, was each ball moving or motionless? Well, you should already be done, so I don't have to have you pause the video. Ball A was moving to the right, ball E was motionless. Which force acted on each ball? Well, ball A was subjected to magnetic attractions to the right, ball E was subjected to magnetic attractions to the left, and a contact force with ball D from the right. Now, did these forces reinforce or counteract each other? So remember, it depends on the direction. Ball A is subjected to only one force. The two forces applied to ball E act in opposite directions, so they counteract each other, at least in the beginning. So, and then after it's shot off, they still would counteract each other. It's just one force was greater than the other force. So how have you been doing so far in these questions? How about number 2? Repeat these same questions for the ball's motion after 1 second. So if you look at it right here, after 1 second, ball A was motionless now, and ball E was moving to the right. Which forces acted on each ball? Ball A was subjected to two forces, the magnetic attraction to the right and the contact force with the magnet to the left. So as it hit the magnet was pushing back. Ball E was only subjected to the magnetic force to the left at the exact 1 second mark. Now, did these forces reinforce or counteract each other? Well, the two forces that were applied to ball A counteracted each other because they acted in opposite directions. So, how did you do answering these questions? Would you be able to answer these questions on a test? And here I am going to tell you that you are going to have to answer questions or be able to interpret, graphs and things like this on the test. You're going to have to be able to create free body diagrams, motion graphs, all of those things. So make sure you study for the test. Make sure you watch the videos, the review videos to prepare for this test. And as always, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to stop in, or if you're already watching this video during class, just raise your hand, or better yet, because I'm old, why don't you come to me and ask the questions if your team has questions? Thanks.